just. Do you see you tagged on the thing? Okay. So, I'm not sure if I want to wait for anybody or if we could just continue talking. Do you want to just continue now, or just in case I re-upload this as a VOD? Hello. We're just gonna debate about random stuff. We've been debating for about like how long now? Like 3 hours about different topics. Right, Daisy?
We've been talking for a while. Yeah.
Okay, so right now we were on the topic of transgender people, right?
Oh god, I guess I'm gonna get banned on Twitter.
Just as
Because
long
I'm
as
gonna
you.
get banned on Twitter.
I don't see how this is gonna get you banned on Twitter, but just as long as you don't use slurs like tranny and stuff like that, you should be fine.
But I hate them, so there's no
I
way that
I
I
mean,
can't describe them any other way.
just call them transgender people. I don't want you getting my Twitch banned right now.
I will get your Twitch brand.
Don't, please.
Okay.
Okay, so 1 minute, I got you on. Okay. Wait, let me make sure that I can hear you on the stream. I'm gonna go press it real quick. Oh wait, I think you can't. I think they can't because it shows the desktop audio is moving. Okay, so what did you? What was your last argument that you were making? Do you remember? You okay?
Wait, me?
Someone's telling me that it's not worth a ban to talk to you. Give me 1 second. Okay. Um, as we're debating, just make sure to not call them like trannies and stuff, okay? Just call them transgender people and stuff.
Are you talking to me or the other
I'm
person?
talking to you because I don't want to get
Okay,
banned.
alright.
Okay,
What do you want to hear about trannies?
bruh, are you kidding me? I just told you not to call them that.
Fine. God,
Transgender
this is
people.
gonna be so hard.
You do know you're live right now, right?
Yeah, and I don't care because I stand by my beliefs.
Okay. I mean that's fine. You can talk about your beliefs. Just don't be like super hateful or anything like that, so I don't get banned, please.
Alright, I won't get you banned. What do you want to hear?
Well, whatever your last argument was, since we've been debating for the past few hours. Do you,
Ask the question.
it was about gender transitioning. Transitioning. I think that gender transitioning is good, and you told me you think it's bad. So, do you have any evidence that transitioning is a bad thing that doesn't help them?
I don't think that I need to have evidence. I think it's just a biological thing. I think, as again, you know me as a traditional Catholic
Yeah.
person. There's no reason for me to have to study. I don't need a study.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't need a study
1 minute.
to prove why it is bad to
There, that should be
transition.
better.
I think it is inherently wrong, and I don't know. No,
Okay.
there's nothing I have to say. I think that the DSM-5 is wrong, and it was politically motivated.
Okay. Do you have any proof that it was actually politically motivated and just not seeing it on new evidence?
I don't have any politically. No, I don't. The answer is no. But
So
I think
how do you know you're right?
what?
How do you know you're right then?
I don't know I'm right. I just have to believe that I'm right.
1 second.
I don't believe I'm right. I don't believe that I'm right.
So
I just know based on my belief in Christ and my, you know, Vatican I beliefs, traditional Catholic beliefs, that I have to stick to what I say, and there's nothing else I can say. I really,
okay,
like, I don't.
okay. Since this is gonna be a religious argument, do you know where in the Bible it says that being transgender is bad?
I mean, I do believe that God said, I knew you when you were born. I knew you when you were formed in the womb.
That's not really answering.
God does not make God does not make mistakes.
You're not really answering my question. Do you have any actual like Bible verse or anything that says being transgender is bad?
I think the entire idea where God says, "I knew you when I formed you in the womb."
Okay.
I think that makes it very clear.
I mean, depending on your interpretation, yeah, God knows you're transgender, and that's okay. I,
No,
you're not real.
because no, that's. Can I explain why?
Sure.
The idea that you're transgender means that God put you in the wrong body. God does not make mistakes. He doesn't make mistakes.
Well, I mean,
He put everybody where they needed to be.
but the thing is, we're talking about gender, not sex. Transgender people acknowledge they're not the other sex; they're the other gender, which is a sociological concept.
Which is a sociological concept which would assume that God made it wrong.
Well, he
He
didn't made it.
assumed God made the.
No,
I
no. God made it that way. God allowed transgender people to be that way. God doesn't make mistakes, and that includes transgender people. What you're basically telling me right now is that you're kind of doubting God's ability to make people the right way.
I have a question.
What?
So would you say that a transgender person who is, say, male to female,
Okay.
he says, I don't
Well, it's man to woman.
identify with what?
It's man to woman, not male to female. Most of them don't believe that they can change their sex.
Well, I'm glad that you feel that way because I haven't personally witnessed that. Most of them say just male to female.
Okay, let's just go on that basis then. Let's just go.
I love the idea that you would just say man to woman because that actually makes a lot more sense.
Well, I mean, that's the argument posed by the overwhelming majority of trans people, then. You're kind of basing your argument off a very small minority that don't acknowledge that.
Then let's talk about that.
The
The
minority or the
idea
majority?
that man, that the idea is still that God made a mistake.
Well, yeah, and you're
God
saying.
doesn't make mistakes. God does not make mistakes. What you were born as, that's it.
Yeah, and
You're
they
done.
acknowledge that. They already acknowledge that. God doesn't make mistakes,
Perfect.
and that, again, includes transgender people.
No,
Transgender
because
people
transgender people use human values to try to pretend and act like they were something special and like they're, oh, I'm something else, like God messed up. No, God didn't mess up. You are what you were.
Yeah, which is a transgender person.
No. That's a mental disorder. That's a mental disorder.
I mean, we talked about the definition of mental disorder, and it doesn't really seem to fit that.
Listen, I'm a human person, and I have what's called major depressive disorder.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that God messed up with me. It's just a natural human ideology. Like, it's just like a natural thing that happens to people that God created.
Okay.
Transgender people, all they are people who God made them God made them. Like, that's fine.
Oh, yeah? That he made them the way they are. He
But
made
that
them
doesn't
with this.
mean, but that, and exactly. And you know what? God made me as a person with major depressive disorder. That doesn't mean that I should just say, oh, I'm gonna like live this way. No.
No,
What
no,
it
that's
means
not.
is
Being depressed isn't a lifestyle though, like being trans is. So that's kind of a false equivalency.
it's not a false, it's not though. It's really not.
Well, I mean, it is
Because
because there's no
what
transgender, there's no depressed lifestyle like there is a transgender lifestyle. These are two different things that you're trying to
are you
compare.
joking? You really don't think there's you don't think there's a depressed lifestyle?
Well, can you describe what a
I
depressed
would,
lifestyle is?
you know, I think that's actually offensive that you would say that because I guarantee you there is definitely a lifestyle that I live since
Okay,
being
so
depressed.
can you explain it?
That's kind of offensive.
Okay, can you
Should
explain
I
what it's
say
like?
that to you? Should I say, oh wow, I'm offended by the fact that you're talking to me like this about my depressive lifestyle?
I've already. Okay, well, can you describe what the lifestyle is like? Like, I can describe what the lifestyle of a transgender person is like. They live as the other.
What is it? Tell me. What is it?
They live as the other gender. They live as the other gender. They identify with those characteristics. They live like a male, like a man to woman. A trans woman lives like a woman. How can you live like a depressed
What
person?
is the woman? Tell me, what is a woman?
It's a social identity that's commonly associated with the feminine end of the gender spectrum, although there are exceptions to this.
Wait, I want to know. Wait, don't.
I literally
Give me
just.
the clear definition of
I
a
literally.
woman.
A social identity that's commonly associated with the feminine end of the gender spectrum, although there
So
are
you're
exceptions to
saying
this.
it's anybody who wears a dress?
Not really.
Why
A man
don't
can
you
wear a
just?
dress.
Why don't you just say? Look, why
Men-
don't you just admit that being a woman is not a social construct? It is something that has to do with chromosomes and something that is innate in us. I just
Because
went
that's not
through a
true.
really terrible surgery, and you know what? I didn't have the choice to say, oh, well, I'm a man. I just went through a very terrible surgery.
For what?
And I had like a lot of shit to go through. And I didn't have the option of saying, oh, well, what gender are you?
Well, what was the surgery for?
I had to remove my left ovary because I had a cyst that ruptured and I almost died.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
That's what women are.
Okay.
Women are a thing. Women are a thing.
Nobody is denying
we
that.
are a thing.
Nobody is denying that.
Every single fucking man pretending to be and just fucking dressing up like us. Dude, I can't do this. Like, this is disgusting. I can't believe you're doing this. Like, this is
Doing
gross.
what?
You are literally letting these people, like, dress up as us. I just went through a life-saving surgery that a man could never go through.
Okay. I mean, you can always get an ovary transplant during gender reassignment surgery.
Are you dude? All right, look, I can't talk to you anymore. This is disgusting.
Seriously?
I'm not gonna talk to you anymore.
Okay. She just she just left the call. I don't know what else to say now. That was pretty short. She was talking to me for a few hours about socialism, then what we agree on, which she thought we agreed on some stuff, but like not really. Oh my gosh, what? I am so mentally tired from that. I'm not sure if I could do that interview anymore tomorrow, guys, but I think she might have been drunk because she said she could have been drunk. At least she sounded like it. I tried real hard and only got so far. Let me try messaging on her Twitter. 1 minute. Uh, she said I crossed a line in the DMs, but it's like she's been. I've been talking to her a couple of days on Discord and in the DMs and everything. She has said so many absurdly really gross things that I could have just left her because she said a lot of really bad stuff, but I didn't leave. I didn't leave at all because I really want to have a discussion with her about this stuff. I want to practice my skills. 1 minute. She's texting me. Hopefully, hopefully she'll sober up tomorrow and start to realize this might have been a bad idea for her optics. um, or at least maybe she'll get some brownie points with the far right in the groypers, maybe. But oh my gosh, geez Louise, she's bitching out because I said that you can get ovaries during a gender reassignment surgery. 1 minute, she's bringing up kids now. Tell them if they want to argue about kids to come back. She's not gonna come back. She thinks I'm gross and has no morals. She says in the DMs right now. I want to bring her back on, Proto, but she's not. She doesn't want to. 1 minute. My gender is man. I'm a guy. Oh my gosh, what the hell? I don't know what to say. That was interesting. Oh gosh. I'm trying to get her back on right now. Let's see. Gender fluid for anyone who's curious. Good for you. I'm glad to see that. Pronouns are they and he. Nice. comfy with whatever though. Cool. I'm glancing back and forth between the chat and stuff, so and what she's telling me on Twitter. Okay, she's coming back, guys. She's coming back. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So, look, I didn't mean to offend you in any way. I was just making an argument. I was just making an argument against what you're saying. Okay? Let's be calm and rational about this.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. So, in the DMs, you brought up children. Do you think I want to have reassignment surgery on kids or something?
I don't think that you would particularly, if you're asking me like for sure, no, I don't think you would agree with that
No,
inherently. But I think you would definitely cave to the idea that, you know, trans kids can make their own ideas.
I mean,
and I think
here's the thing, right?
I'm sorry, I know too many trans people. I know too many trans people.
Here's the thing, right? I do not support gender reassignment surgery for kids because obviously that's a big risk. That's a big
What do you think about puberty blockers?
Puberty blockers? I don't have an issue with those because they're reversible in case the kids want to.
12 years old, they're not. No, they're okay. Well,
you find out.
You love studies. Why don't you look up about puberty blockers and how they actually do react to particularly men, because the entire agenda is against men. This is not an issue for women. Okay. I don't think this is an issue for women.
I literally just looked up, are puberty blockers reversible? And the very first thing, there's a big word
it said no.
that says
I bet
yes.
It said no, right?
It literally says yes right on the screen. Let me see. I got to show this.
It says, oh yeah, they're totally reversible.
Let me see real quick. I need to show this on my screen. 1 second.
Totally reversible. All right, yeah, Dr. Fauci, I'm sure they're totally reversible.
1 second. It literally just says yes, according to 9 sources, and then next to it gives me the Wikipedia page. Do you want me to link it?
I mean, I'm down to look at it. I don't agree with you, and I don't believe it for 2 seconds, so okay. It doesn't matter.
Let me ask, I just linked it for you. What would it take to change your mind about puberty blockers?
Nothing.
So you're just basically telling me you're running on emotions no matter what?
No, I'm running on the idea that you should not be trying to change a child's gender. Yes, no, 100%. There is no study in the entire world that ever would make me think that that is right. No. End of story.
Children literally discover their gender by the age of around 4 years old. I don't see why we shouldn't affirm that or say that's valid. I don't see
that is the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life.
Do you want me to provide a source for that too?
I don't want a source. I don't need a source to know that.
You do need a source. You do need a source to confirm what you are saying.
I don't. I don't need a source to know something stupid shit.
Otherwise, you're literally just making this stuff up out of nowhere. You're literally just making everything you say up based on absolutely no scientific facts.
Can we please make this live? And I want to tag my friend James Lindsay. I really want to make sure this goes live.
I'm literally streaming right now. If he wants to come on or something to talk about transgenderism, then whatever. He can come on if he wants. I don't care. But I'm talking to you right now, and you're literally just making stuff up right now.
You know what? I'm gonna make up everything I have to know that we're not gonna trans the kids. That's it. That's all I have to say. We're not gonna trans the kids.
So you're not
We're
open
not
to
gonna
debate
do it.
about this.
I'm not open to debate. The answer is
So
no.
why did
Kids
you?
do not know their gender identity. It's bullshit.
So why did
Gender
you?
identity to begin with is
Why did?
bullshit.
Why did you agree to debate me then if you're not going to be open to debating or having your mind changed?
I don't know. I thought I was just like doing a friendly thing because
Well,
I like talking to
yeah,
you.
yeah, we're doing a
I
friendly
like
thing.
talking to you a lot. Sorry.
I mean, we're doing a friendly thing, but it doesn't really seem like you're open to any kind of change or anything like that. I'm trying to at least get you to see my side or something like that, some sort of compromise at least,
When it
but
comes to gender debate, no. I'm sorry. No. Absolutely not.
okay, so I don't really see the point in talking about this. Is there anything else you want to talk about then?
I mean, we could talk about other like political things. I don't know. There's no, but when it comes to gender identity, no, because I will not phase on I am all for the kids. I will
well, I
not.
mean, I am too. I am too, which
You're
is why.
not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You can say you are, but you're not.
You're literally wanting to deny them medical treatments which have been proven to help them.
It hasn't actually been proven to help them
Yes, it
because the thing
has.
is,
Then prove it wrong.
you want to do the whole like, oh, 40%.
Are you talking about the 40%
You do
suicide?
realize that transgender people have a
Wait. You're the 40% transition rate suicide statistic is about all transgender people in general, not just kids. You know that, right? You're citing a statistic that doesn't apply to just kids. That's about all trans people in general.
okay.
So I don't know why you're using an argument that's specifically about children. Do you know what the suicide rate is for children specifically? And do you have any kind of source to back that up?
First of all, let's go ahead and like make this clear that the majority of all statistics that come from transgender children are self-reported.
Yeah.
That is not
So
accurate data. That
okay,
is not accurate data.
okay, so
You can't
where did
just ask a bunch of trans
oh my
kids
gosh.
and they're like, "Oh yeah, of course I want my mommy to tell me that yeah, I'm a woman." Ow! Like, dude, like you need mental help. They all
Well,
need mental
yeah, that's
help.
why they are getting puberty blockers. That is the mental help. Conversion therapy doesn't work.
Conversion therapy,
That's
not shock therapy. That first of all, there's a difference.
I'm not talking about
This is
shock therapy. I'm talking about conversion therapy.
conversion therapy that is based in Catholic theology
Does
is
not work.
actually it is actually highly responsive,
Okay, so prove it.
especially if you get to them very early.
If you do you have any kind of proof to show that this is the case? I'm
I don't
waiting
know,
for
but do
you
you
to
have
sign.
any proof that you don't have 40% of your kids killing themselves? I don't
Well, I
know.
mean, we can look at the data right now and see that it's not just talking about children. It's talking about trans people in general, whether they're adults, teenagers, or whatever.
Look, my issue is 40% of people who identify this way at that age are killing themselves.
Yeah,
And the only thing I
Let me
want to
ask. Let me
do
ask. Let me
is
ask.
make
Why?
sure that we can
Why?
figure out how to
Why?
lower that number.
Why?
I do not want to give them
Why
the
are they
tools
committing suicide?
because they have a disease and they
No,
have a
they're
mental
not.
illness.
These same studies you're citing are talking about discrimination, bullying, abuse. Literally, the same studies you're talking about give the reason. You're just cherry picking data.
That's disgusting because you know what? I guess
Dude.
I could say the same thing. I was bullied like to the point of almost suicide. And you know what?
Okay.
I never said, "Oh, well, I'm a man."
What? How? That's complete non sequitur. Neither of those
It's
things
not.
have anything to do
It's
with each
really
other.
not. It just shows that, like, what happens is sometimes it depends on your mental state.
These kids were already trans.
Where are you gonna go? Are you,
These
depending on
these kids.
how mentally ill you are, are you
Listen,
going
listen,
to
listen, listen,
reach
listen,
out
listen,
to
listen, listen,
people,
listen, listen,
or are you going to try to reach within
listen,
yourself and do this
dude. These
nonsense of
kids.
like, oh, I'm a man, I'm a
Listen,
woman?
listen. These kids were already transgender at the time of all this bullying and abuse. You're not going to
No, they
be
weren't.
turning transgender because you were bullied and abused. That's not exactly how that works.
Stop enabling them.
You're
It
literally just
sounds
not
like to
responding to
me
my arguments at all.
what it sounds like when you say this, it sounds like you're looking at somebody who's a meth head and says, "Let me give you some more meth. Just calm
No,
down. Let me give you some
that's a
more meth."
complete false equivalency.
Not really.
Yeah, because
They have
transgenderism
a
isn't.
very serious mental disorder and they have the ability to get help and they need help.
Yes, they do. And the solution
They
to that
don't
isn't
need
more
somebody
meth.
to throw drugs at them. They don't need somebody to say,
You're making a false
"Oh, okay."
equivalency because one, the solution you're proposing for like meth heads and stuff, the one that you're claiming that like I'm making, that's been proven not to work, obviously. But meanwhile, this this treatment we're wanting to give transgender people, hormone blockers, reassignment surgery, affirming their identity, that's all been proven to work, and you have not provided anything at all to prove otherwise. I am waiting for you
I
to engage in
think
like
I
an honest
have
dialogue.
plenty of data to
Okay, so
prove
let's see
that
it. I'll pull it
that
up.
okay,
Show
then
me
just
something.
Google the fact that okay, you want the proof?
Yes.
After gender affirming surgeries, suicidality does not technically get any lower. Look that up.
Let's see here real quick.
After quote unquote treatment, suicidality does not actually go down by more than 3%. It doesn't go down. Look, I don't hate these people. I want to make sure
I
they're
mean,
okay.
listen,
I'm a
you're
Catholic
literally
person.
calling them disgusting and everything. It doesn't really sound like you care about them too much.
It's disgusting that they're being treated as like monsters.
Well, I mean, you are
Like,
treating them as monsters, though. That's literally your
no,
entire
they're
argument.
being treated as monsters. I want to treat them as a human being, and I don't want to make sure that they feel like monsters. I
Well,
want to
you're
make sure we
literally
can
just
fix
doing.
them.
You're literally
Look,
treating them like monsters because they identify a different way. Like, dude.
but why don't we actually like work together and fix them in
Well,
a
yeah,
certain way
I'm.
that actually works?
Yes, that's
Let's
exactly what
help
I'm.
fix them.
Yeah,
They have a problem. Let's fix them.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do with medically proven ways to help them. You are
But
not.
those medically proven ways are not actually true.
Well, prove them wrong. Just link
I
something in the
think
chat.
statistically, the fact that
Well,
they
yeah,
still have a 40% suicide rate
I'm
shows it's.
I'm waiting for you to give me. First off, I'm waiting for you to give me a citation. Second off, that 40%.
First of all, it
Listen,
sounds like
listen,
you
listen, listen,
literally
listen.
want them to keep dying.
Listen, listen. I'm not finished. The 40% suicide rate is because they're being bullied, discriminated against, etc., etc. All this discrimination. You can literally see that in the exact same study you are citing. That's literally in the exact same study. You can go look at it right now. Literally, all you're doing is cherry picking. You're cherry picking data that fits your narrative.
Have you seen the study that shows that even once they're accepted, they still have a higher suicide rate of Jews in the fucking Holocaust? Have you seen that study?
What do the Jews?
Or are you ignoring that study?
What do the Jews have to do with this?
I just told you.
That does not have anything to do with trans people. You're literally just.
I just told you what it did. Why are you ignoring it?
What?
I just told you a statistic, and you didn't.
But it's
listen.
an unrelated statistic.
No, it's completely related. You
The
just don't
Jews,
want to know it
the Jews,
because you just want to like have your idea of what's going
the
on.
Jews in the Holocaust don't have anything to do with transgender people
They
and
don't. You're
discrimination.
right.
So why are
So
you
why
bringing
don't
it
you
up?
listen to
Wait,
what I had to say?
okay, can you repeat it again?
Transgender people have literally the exact suicide rate as traditional Jewish people from the same era.
Okay, so
AKA,
what does that prove exactly? What is the point in
it
trying to bring
proves that it doesn't even matter what conditions they're under, they just hate themselves and they're depressed.
what? Like, are you arguing that Jews hate themselves and are depressed? What? How? I don't see how you're coming to that conclusion based on the argument you're
Are you?
making.
Is that seriously like what you had to say?
That's you're literally
Holy
just
shit.
yeah, because you don't know. You're literally just bringing this up. You're trying to make an equivalency between these two, and now you're arguing that transgender people are depressed because they have the same suicide rate as Jews from the Holocaust. Unless that's
I've me and many other people, particularly other people in that experienced the Holocaust,
you
all
experienced
said,
the Holocaust.
I never said that.
I thought you
Don't
just said that.
do not put words in my do not put words in my mouth.
Bro, you've been putting words in my mouth this entire like half of this
I
time.
haven't said anything about you. All I said was transgender people have the same rate of suicide as actually, you know what? I'm being generous. They have a higher rate of suicide from from the fucking
Okay,
Holocaust.
and
Do
what does
you
that
really
prove?
think that
What does that
transgenders in this day and age are living worse than the Holocaust? Yes or no?
No, but I don't think that's the same
So
thing.
you
I
don't
don't
think
see
it's like it has anything to do with like a mental illness or it's
it
just like
has
they're
to
normal
do with
people.
discrimination. You have you're
Oh, so
literally
you're
just
saying Jews didn't have the
they literally face
discrimination.
discrimination. Yeah, no shit, they face discrimination. They were literally tossed in concentration camps for being
Then
Jewish.
why didn't they have the same type of discrimination? Why didn't they have the same type of suicidality?
What the fuck? How are either of these two things connected? What
Because
are
it
you
matters. It
why?
matters. It actually matters. Why did the same group of people who supposedly had the same type of discrimination,
It's not
which one had the same
who
rate of suicidality?
who
Which one?
argued that these two have the same type of discrimination. I did not
I
say
just have a
that.
question.
You
Which one had the higher rate of suicidality?
you
Which
are
one?
forcing words into my mouth about
I'm
them having
not
the same.
forcing
You
anything. I'm
literally
asking
just
you a
talked
question.
about how I
Which
said
one
that.
had suicidality?
I don't know.
Which one had the higher suicidality?
I don't know. I've never seen the
I
suicidality of
think
Jews
you
from the
know
Hol.
the answer.
No, I don't. I don't know about the
You do
suicidality
know
from.
the answer and you're lying.
I, I've never looked up the
So you wait. So
suicidality.
you don't know who had the higher suicidality rate based on the Hitler and
No,
transgenders. You don't
I've
know.
never looked up the suicidality of Jews.
Well, let me just tell you, you know who has the higher one? Is trans.
Okay, and I don't see how that's related.
Um, also, actually, I could bring this up. You know, in Africa,
Okay.
African slaves in the South,
Mm-hmm.
who had a higher suicidality rate? Was it black people or was it trans people? You
I
know what?
don't know, and it doesn't matter.
I think you do know it was,
I
and I think
don't.
you're denying.
I've
Why
never.
don't you just admit that you know that transgenderism is a fucking mental disorder?
You're literally just pivoting now. You're pivoting from topic to
I'm not
topic.
pivoting.
Yes, you
You
did.
just
You
know
literally. You
what it
let me let me
is,
let
and
me let
you're
me just
refusing to
let me
admit
just
it.
explain what you just said. You went from
Can
transgender
we
people.
please go live and like, can
I'm
we like do
literally
this?
live right now. We've been live this
Oh, thank
entire
God.
time. So let me here's what you're doing, right? You just talked about Jews and trans people having the same suicide rate. Then you're talking about Jews and African people having the same suicide rate. And then you completely abandon that point and you're talking to me about trans why asking me how I don't know or why I can't just admit trans people uh are just depressed and um have a mental disorder that's debilitating to their mental health. And I'm like, how do you come to that conclusion based on the suicide rates of these two other groups? How does comparing their suicide rate to these two other groups lead you to that conclusion?
This is not my problem. They all
You
have
you
very
lit
high suicide rates.
it's not your problem, but you literally just made that as an argument. So how do you come to that kind of conclusion? I'm trying to have a dialogue with you, yet you're not cooperating at all.
All right, let's go ahead and let's backtrack and focus because I guarantee you I can let you know that like trans people are, dude, they all kill themselves
Why?
because they have mental illness.
Mental illnesses alone aren't going to drive you to killing yourself. There's no proof.
Um,
There's no proof that being trans alone is going to drive you to kill yourself. Gender dysphoria, possibly, because that can cause some issues with your mental health. But being transgender alone,
wait,
no.
so I have a question.
What?
Do you believe that um do you believe that what is it, mental illness? Do you believe that is a mental illness like the
What?
what you just said?
What is gender dysphoria?
Yeah. Do you
Gender
believe that's a
Gender dysphoria is a debilitating condition, so I would classify it as that probably. But you don't have to have gender dysphoria to be trans.
Oh, so you can just be a normal person
Yeah,
and
you
just
can
be
be.
like, "Oh, I'm a man."
You could be a normal person in trans. I don't see anything wrong with that. Man and male are two different concepts. One sociological, one is biological. You're trying to
I
conflate the
am
two because you don't really seem to
I am doing
understand.
everything I can to like respect you, but you're saying things that are so retarded that like I
Dude,
just don't
listen.
know what to do.
Dude, have you been listening to yourself this entire time? You've been talking about stuff that's been retarded this entire time. You are making comparisons to come to weird ass conclusions. You're comparing trans people's suicide rates to Holocaust victims' suicide rates and coming to the conclusion that they're killing themselves because they're depressed. How do you come to that conclusion? It does not make any sense. It is retarded. I do not understand how you're coming to any of these conclusions. It's beyond me, and you refuse to elaborate on any of it.
I just don't understand how you don't see what's going on.
I don't see what's going on because you're not telling me what's going on. You're not explaining to me why it is this way. You're not explaining to me why they're depressed. You're not explaining to me any of these things.
Because they have a mental illness. I don't know why.
You
Like, why
don't.
is this so
Being
hard for
trans
you to
isn't.
understand that?
Being trans alone isn't going to cause depression and cause you to kill yourself. There's absolutely no evidence for
Disagree.
that. Well,
Being
prove.
transgender alone is literally something that makes you I okay, I agree that maybe being trans itself is not something that makes you feel that way,
Yeah.
but it is not normal. It is
So you're
not normal.
so you're moving the goalpost from it probably isn't the thing that's making them kill themselves to just it's not normal. You're just moving the
But
goalpost now.
here's the thing. Here's my issue. Once you move those goalposts and
Okay.
then they get acceptance,
Which is good.
which is good. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Then they want exactly what they want,
Which
right?
is
Like, okay, here's my parameters. They give you the parameters.
which are
Am I wrong?
which are
which are whatever they say they are. They want their parameters.
What do you
And
mean
in
by
my opinion,
parameters?
I think that if it takes you telling somebody to do exactly what you want, or you're gonna kill yourself,
Nobody is
I'm
saying
sorry,
that
I
they're
think that's mentally ill.
Nobody is saying that they're gonna kill themselves if you don't address them by their self-identified pronouns. Nobody is saying that, dude. Oh my.
They all literally say that.
No, you're making a
Have
very
you
big.
ever been
You're
on Twitter?
you're making a. You're making a very big generalization based on Twitter, which does not represent the real world at all.
All right, well then somebody needs to delete
Dude,
Twitter because they're
dude,
making this
it
shit look
sounds like
bad.
you're just like, I'm gonna use the term terminally online here because it just sounds like you're using Twitter to represent what's going on in the real world when that's not the case at all. There's
The real world doesn't even exist past Twitter. I don't even know like what's going on with these fucking faggots. Like this
Oh
is
my
so
gosh, dude,
like annoying.
can you please not use slurs so I don't get banned or anything?
Oh wait, that matters for you, right?
I mean, yeah, that matters because I don't want to be suspended.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, where's the link to our stream? I have some people asking me.
It's on my you should have been tagged on Twitter. Yay, more viewers. Give me those
Is there a
views. Here, do you want me to just send it in the DMs? Here, I'll just send it to you.
God, this is still so entertaining. I appreciate you actually like
Putting up with this.
I mean, I still put up with you too, so yeah, there's that. But like,
Okay.
I've got a couple of groypers in my thing saying like, "Where the fuck are you?"
Do they want to talk to you in a voice chat or something like that?
I have no clue.
They can come join the stream if they want. But
Yeah, I think that's
if they say anything sussy, then I'm gonna have to ban them. Just letting you know, I don't want to.
I can't even tell if they're groypers.
Oh
That's
boy.
what's like, I don't know.
Okay. As long as they don't cuss or anything like that in the stream in the chat, then then they're fine.
No clue. It was just like this. This is like this random guy who's like been talking to me about the. He told me how that was that Ethan guy, that Ethan Ralph guy.
The guy who got punched.
Yeah, apparently nobody likes him.
I'm not surprised. The guy seems like a total scumbag.
I didn't know that.
Looks like I got a third viewer. Hello, third viewer. We are currently debating.
Is it Alistair Mycroft?
I have absolutely no idea. They haven't talked in chat yet, and I'm not able to see whose list of who's watching.
I'll post again.
Where are you posting at?
Twitter.
Okay. Let's see on here. I see the last thing you posted was a retweet of some guy named Utah Groyper. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I love that guy. He hates it. Dude, I got so mad at him. He blocked me because he's like, "Oh, you're a woman."
Oh my gosh,
And
that's so incel-ish. Those guys are
Dude,
probably
I
never
hate
gonna
that
get
guy.
laid. I'm gonna. Okay.
God, I hate that guy. But he posts good shit, so I just retweet him.
I thought you said he blocked you.
He blocked me, but then I refollowed him because I like him.
You can't refollow if you block. So If someone blocks you, you can't refollow them.
Right, but what he did was like he did it like he was just like to
Soft
make
block?
me unfollow him.
Oh, okay, okay.
It wasn't like a full block. It was like a
Soft
like
block?
stop following me.
Okay.
It was because I commented and then he like blocked it and then stopped
Uh,
blocking it, and it
okay.
was really funny.
Okay. Do you want to talk about something else besides transgender stuff, or because it doesn't look like we're gonna really get anywhere with that?
I'm down for whatever.
Hmm. Chat. Since you're actually active, is there anything you want us to talk about? Let's see what they say. What time is it where you live, by the way? It's probably past midnight for you because it's almost midnight for me.
2 a.m.
Jeez. You sure you don't want to go to bed or anything?
Nope.
Okie dokie. Discuss the USSR. Oh my gosh. I.
Wait, did
We
somebody
probably.
actually like ask?
Yeah, someone in chat asked to discuss the USSR. I don't know anything about the USSR, and I think we both agree that it sucks. I'm not a tanky or anything like that. Talk about the Ukraine-Russia conflict. I think we both probably generally agree on that it's a bad idea.
I mean,
The
I think
Russian.
I disagree. I think we talked about the fact that like who was it? Who was it that you said
I said
you
what?
talk shit about him?
Who? The USSR?
Mm, what was it? Um, wait, fascism or what?
They want us to talk about the USSR, which I don't really know
I
too
mean, I
much
don't know
about.
anything about the USSR. I just know that like you taught me a lot tonight about the whole like Giovanni like that stuff.
Like what socialism is and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like
And
we
then
might.
you definitely made me realize that I 100% think, yeah, fascism. Yeah.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't look
in the
like we.
most pure sense, not in some like God, I feel like I'm gonna get so much shit. God damn. I'm gonna get so much shit for saying I'm a fucking fascist.
I mean, probably, but you might have groypers by your side at least, so there's that.
I mean, maybe, but
50, let's see, ask her where she is on the political spectrum and we could get a question from there. So, do you have anywhere you place yourself on the political spectrum? Like super far right, or
I've actually taken that test, and the last time I do the like
you cut
the
out?
sorry
Okay, there we go.
this way, like the like XY axis.
Yep.
I guess if I had to put myself anywhere right now, it'd be like super up, like all the way up, and then
Mm-hmm.
like all the way right. Like
Yeah,
I'm very,
I can.
I'm very right wing. I would, and after watching that video about like fascism, I would have to like be honest with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie.
Like you said, you're a fascist.
I in the most pure sense of the way, not in, what like most people try to like call people a
Do you
fascist.
do you want to explain what you mean by the most pure sense the way to the audience?
I mean, it just means that
Ooh.
like when you live in a place with closed borders, first of all, closed borders, that is like the most important thing. You cannot have a fascist state with anything except closed borders. If you live in any state with anything besides closed borders,
Mm-hmm.
that's not fascism. That's like Nazism. Like, no.
Okay. Wait, Nazism is when you can have somewhat open borders?
Well, yeah, because then you're like controlling it. via, race and like race matter. Like as a as a fascist state, race doesn't matter. Like
Okay.
you guys, we all are the same. Nothing matters. Like
Okay.
everyone agrees.
Okay.
Everyone agrees.
So kind of like communism in a way, because that kind of sounds like a somewhat stereotypical version of communism a little bit. Is there
It's a
anything else?
lot different than
Is
communism.
there
Let
anything
me look.
else?
I actually,
Is there
God,
anything else
I
you can
I
add also?
actually have to like look at this picture because I'm learning. I will admit I'm learning
We both are. It's fine.
fascism. Therefore, the term fascism can apply to subjugating the will of the people. I can't even fucking read. Therefore, the term fascism can apply in part to a modern government which will the will of the state that is glorifying and promoting violence, claiming that the regime change should occur through violent revolution or one tearing down multiculturalist in institutions of peace and cooperations in favor of violent nationalism.
Yeah.
However,
That.
however, a government advocating non-interventionalism policies, non-racialist policies, or socialist policies is not fascism for many reasons. It's basically like, look, I don't care what you look like.
Okay.
You want to be black, white, or purple? I don't
Okay.
care. Do you want to work for the state? Yes or no?
No.
All right, then fuck you. I'm I guess I really like the idea. I think it's weird that a socialist would say that they don't agree with that.
Well, I mean, I think you have don't really have the right definition of socialism. Then I want to work for my worker cooperative that I'm a part of, not for the government. That just sounds very authoritarian, to be honest. Very invasive in our lives to have everybody's employer just be the government.
So you think you're socialism stuff, you think you're just gonna like not have to like report to the
I mean, there's going to be a
so you're
government.
naive.
There's going to be a government for sure. I do believe that there needs to be a government, but I don't believe that the government should be like super invasive in your life to where they are literally your employer kind of thing.
But you do realize that like you don't have any options.
What do you mean?
Like with the socialist government, you don't have any options. Like what are you talking about?
I'm a democratic socialist.
And you think you have options?
Define options.
I mean, I don't like.
What options are you referring to?
Hold on a second. I'm like
Okay.
punching my way through. I'm so confused.
About what? You just told me I don't have many options for a socialist government. What do you mean by options?
I mean, you can either do this or that, and
Well,
then
what's this and that? Can you elaborate on what these things specifically
no, I
are?
really can't because I'm not either of those. All I know is that like that's what's governed by you, so I have no clue. I don't know. Do all you want. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. um Well, do you want me to teach you the basics of socialism, I guess, or so you can get the right idea for the future?
I mean, I'm down.
Okay,
I feel like you're
so
making excuses
I'm
for
not making
something that, like,
excuses. This I've educated. Not completely, but at least somewhat educated on socialism to be able to answer some of your questions.
if you can answer them honestly, I will listen.
Yeah,
It's not a
let's go.
problem of mine.
Let's go. Let's answer me some. Not answer. Ask me some questions.
I don't have to ask you anything because I already. I mean, my questions are just like the normal, like Republican, you know.
Okay, so ask them.
So you're gonna take over my business. Ow!
I mean, I really doubt that you're going to be alive by the time socialism actually happens.
That what?
I doubt you're going to be alive by the time socialism actually happens. Also, just curious. Someone from the chat wants to join the call. Are you okay with them joining?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to add them to the call. Give me 1 second. How do I do this? How do I DM on here? Okay, whisper. You can ask me some questions while I'm trying to get this guy into the call. You there?
I'm thinking about a lot of things. The fact that, damn, why did I befriend a socialist? I don't know.
Well, you
I don't
said you're
even know.
friends with a lot of liberals, so socialist
I
isn't too
am.
far out there.
I am. I am for sure. But you're kind of also like the same type of liberals as them. They're also like First Amendment type liberals.
I mean, I'm in favor of the First Amendment. Okay.
Yeah, so like, kind of like the same thing.
Let's see. Give me 1 second, Eris. I'm gonna DM you my Discord on what's it called? Let's see. I'm pro first accept hate speech. Okay. Okay, you still there? Oh shit. Sorry. I didn't know I was still in the settings. Okay. You can ask me questions about socialism if you want. You there? Can you hear me? Oh, you're eating. Okay. Oh, I got 9 viewers now. Hello, everybody else. Eris, did you add me? There we go. Hey, I know who you are. Give me 1 second to add you to the call, my friend. Let's see here. Eris. There we go. Can you hear me, dude?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, not much. Nice to meet the both of you. Uh,
Yeah, from Twitter, right?
hmm, yeah, I'm also from the much aggrieved Twitter.
Yeah, pose group.
Meet you.
Cool, cool. You still there, Daisy?
Yep, here.
Cool. So, this chatter wanted to say some stuff. Don't say anything too vulgar, please, Eris.
I will control my filthy mouth.
Okay, cool. So, you're a socialist too, right?
Economically, yeah.
Cool, cool.
One
Okay.
of the things that I think probably gets somewhat muddied between socialism and capitalism is quite literally where it comes to like individual versus collective onus of autonomy
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
ownership and liberty, quite literally liberty.
Yeah.
For example, there's this increasingly dumb notion among, for whatever reason, um, Ayn Rand style nut jobs that are
Mm-hmm.
on the right and whatnot else who think, for whatever reason, that they are just temporarily embarrassed billionaires that absolutely need the ability to exploit without any interference
Mm-hmm.
every natural resource that is available, which is ridiculous considering we live on a planet with finite resources. There is a functional limit to that system. There is a limit built in, hardwired.
Yeah.
One of the things that also somewhat gets muddled is the messy history of, I guess, either Russian socialism, which is essentially just dictatorial, and also was very poorly executed because of the resources at the time. They lived in not the best of fertile areas, so obviously they had to share food. Resources were not really allowed to be privatized because there was so little to go around in the first place. We don't live in that system.
Yeah.
We live in a capitalist economy wherein you can pretty much make a market for anything
Yeah.
as long as you don't get too crazy about it and wind up on the government's bad side.
Yeah.
That's when you get into ethicism and what is and is not an unethical commodity. So, for example, human slavery, pretty universally considered unethical.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we abolished it.
Yeah.
Did we though?
Legally speaking, yes. Functionally, no. We still have fucking wage slavery. We have people lying to our fucking faces.
No, I'm
I
talking
want to.
about actual. I'm talking about actual slave, like in
No,
China,
actually,
Uyghur, like the Uyghur community. Like I speak Mandarin
I don't even know
fluently.
enough
There's
about
there
China.
are Chinese people when you if you go to China, you go to Taiwan. Those people work for less than the American dollar every hour.
Yeah, that's a special kind of fucked. But yeah, like I said, we ended officially in the U.S. African American centered slavery,
I wanted to add, by the
which
way.
is really what we did.
Oh, of
I
course.
want.
We
I
Oh,
want.
oh,
Let
no,
me.
no,
we
no, no, no. African American slavery has been ended for a long time. They
Wait.
actually have a privilege here in the United States.
Wait.
They're
Wait. Wait.
very
Wait.
lucky to be here.
pardon?
In the third.
I'm
In the
gonna
third.
just
In the
not
third.
with that, but
Let me
okay.
let me add something. In the 13th Amendment, it literally says slavery is okay as long as it's used as a punishment, which is literally our
Yeah.
labor system in the prisons. So the
Yep.
Constitution quite literally says we still have slavery. It's just in the prison. So we
True. And
never
then
truly
there's
abolished.
There's
privatization of
nothing
the
wrong with that.
prisons.
Yeah, if you commit a crime, you have to pay for your crime. Yeah.
Here's the problem. It quite literally comes down to who is making the laws. And traditionally, people in power make the laws. And those people in power don't want to get rid of their power under any means necessary. So, what do? They make it increasingly harder for you to get into power or to be treated as even as a peer. Like, I don't know how other to say this
I feel
than
like
the
you're
law does not
talking a
justice.
lot, but like, can you tell me like what your point is? Like, I want to know what your point is. Like, what are you talking about?
Regarding the law kind of being essentially the tool of those in power to retain power? Or It's
Like
more
what do you,
specifically.
I feel like you're getting at something, but you don't want to like actually say it. Like just say what you're getting at.
Well,
Just say you don't like white people.
Well, I
what?
mean, we
I'm
love all
literally
people.
white. I'm literally white.
That's fine. That's fine. Lots of white people here nowadays. Leftists don't like white people.
That's not true.
What? I refuse to let this stand. Do you live in a sheltered kind of world where everyone is at your ends? Because no, we don't intend you harm.
She's not white, by the way.
It's antithetical to pretty much everything I stand for.
I just don't get where you're going. Like, get to your point.
About what?
Okay. I think she's kind of saying that I'm bloviating here.
Okay.
Which is fair. I've somewhat monopolized the conversation here. So, to get to the overall point of what I'm talking about, our legal system is fucked. It's carried over from the limey bastards we rebelled against. And Rome, technically, since it's partially based on the Roman judicial system. So, there's a lot of hard baked classism, racism, and quite literally sexism in the entire legal system that needs to be expunged if it's going to be of any use to anyone. If we're going to uphold the whole idea of liberty and justice for all, we need to literally make the law blind regarding
Can I say
race,
one
sex,
thing?
etc.
I just literally want to do like a little parentheses thing and like let you continue. Can I give you a little like parentheses thing? So in parentheses, the law actively works for women. The law is not misogynistic at all. It's actually anti-man. It's anti.
In what sense, if I may ask?
In every sense. If you think about talking about how like women get lesser sentences, they have less rapes in the culture, in jail culture, they traditionally get harsher sentences. Men have the worst type of way in that type of thing. So I just want to do like a little parentheses. By the way, I'm here for the men. Like, I'm here for the boys.
I'm here for every sapient being that the law has to preside over, since that is quite literally its function. It has to preside over everyone because that's what it was designed
I
to
would
do.
love for that to be true, but women objectively get lesser sentences.
I mean, that's.
We also have better outcomes as far as like taking our children back. So I just wanted to add that.
I wouldn't disagree with you on the last one, mostly because I know someone who recently divorced their wife of.
Well, that's
5 years?
anecdotal, and if you want to give me that anecdotal, then you should give my other anecdotal.
What anecdotal? I'm sorry, can you?
Both
It's
of which
3 in the morning.
were anecdotal. That men objectively get men objectively get harsher sentences than women. Like that's just like how it is.
Depends on the sentencing. Exactly like a lawyer or lawman or anything like that. In fact, I have almost a contempt for jurisprudence as a philosophy in the first place because it's essentially, well, I'm going to write a bunch of words that mean something on a piece of paper, and if you disobey any of them that I write, bad things, which is a gross oversimplification, but that is, in essence, what we exist under. There's, once you strip that away and take like the whole like veneer of, oh, look, we're protected by a magical piece of paper, whatever that piece of paper may happen to be, that's just what it is. That's what law is. It's an agreement of any given society, modern, archaic, futuristic.
I agree.
to behave a certain way.
I agree with you in a sense, but there also is a certain type of like societal agreement about how we handle these types of things.
I completely agree, which is why I kind of wanted to get into, I don't know how versed you are in philosophy, but have you ever heard of Euthyphro's dilemma?
I have not.
Okay, so the brief overview of this was there was you can Google this actually if you want to for a visual aid. They can be really
I
helpful.
do actually want to.
Okay, so
What is it?
Euthyphro's Dilemma quite literally is a thought project that states
Say it
is
again. What is it?
something. Sorry?
Say it again. Sorry, I'm gonna Google it so I can look
Sorry,
it up.
Euthyphro's Dilemma. That's EUTHYRPO. It's Greek, literally Greek, so they have weird names. Anyway, the
Frygos guys.
uh,
I think I was looking at this earlier, actually.
it's a really good philosophical thought pattern, and what it essentially says is something possessed of the characteristics of positivity, goodness, holiness, whatever insert adjective you want to add here, by virtue of extrinsic acting upon forces, or is it by its own virtue, ipso facto, in possession of those virtues? And you can actually use this with regards to law to say, is a citizen of any given nation required or expected to be treated fairly, equally, and equitably by the law by virtue of the fact that the law stipulates that it should, or simply because that is how it should be?
Correct.
And I personally fall more into the former, or rather latter category there. I think with
I
regards
believe
to
more
laws,
that you
there
have to
should not be. Sorry, what?
I fall more in the latter. I believe that you really, if you are in a society, you should earn your place, and it should be more of the
Define earn your place. Because it's
you
more that by participating in the construct we have of society, that you should be expected to have the same onset opportunity.
But if you
Like if you
fall
were
out of
playing any given, let's say, Pokemon game, for
if you
example.
fall out of that, then I definitely believe you should not be part of society as well. I definitely agree. That's part of
What would
why
I'll be right
qualify
back.
what I
falling
call
out of
myself
that?
I call myself a tradcast. I believe you can either follow society's order and you can be there and you can be part of society, or you can choose to be something that is degenerate and something that's not
By
correct.
whose standards? Because this quite literally becomes a matter of assigning qualities to something extrinsically from your point of view. Quite literal dictatorial.
I will
This
tell
quite
you.
literally makes
You're
you
asking me
dictatorial.
what are the standards?
What are the standards that qualify as degenerate? By whose virtue
Vatican I.
do we get to
Vatican
do
I.
this?
I'll tell you, Vatican I.
Vatican One. I'm a lapsed Catholic, so you're gonna have to forgive me and remind me.
You're Catholic?
I
Yes.
was formerly
No.
Catholic.
Oh,
I
okay.
am an atheist.
Wait,
now.
were you really Catholic?
Baptized and everything.
Oh, that's cool. I'm sorry. I hope that you come back to the church.
Oh God, no way in hell. They actively want to legislate me out of existence. They want me dead because of some arbitrary fucking standard.
Nobody
Thousands of
wants.
fucking-
First of all, look. Wait. Wait. I'm so confused. Wait. Okay. Are you transgender?
No, I'm gender fluid.
Look, we don't want you dead. That's not what we want. We want you to be happy, and the thing is, we know that you would be happier if you would just come back to the church and do what you would live correctly.
Are you kidding me? You guys are the most boring.
I don't want you dead. I don't want that would break my heart if you die. I don't even know who
Dude,
you
did
are.
you hear?
And
Did
it would
truly
break
believe
my
it.
heart if I thought that I just talked to this person and they died. That would break my heart. That
It
is
would break
disgusting.
any human being
That's
on this
disgusting
planet, regardless
to say.
of faith.
Do not tell me that I want you dead. I don't want you dead. That's disgusting.
Okay,
That is
I retract the
You were
I
literally.
retract the comment, madam. I retract it.
I don't want you dead. That is
Okay,
disgusting.
we get it. We get it.
No functional human being should want another dead, which is why we have classified murder as a crime.
Nobody who is an actual person that is a traditional Catholic wants to see anyone else dead, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Just because I disagree with your lifestyle, just because I think that
vehemently
what you're
disagree with yours.
doing is a disgusting lifestyle and I don't agree with it, it doesn't mean that I want you dead. And I'm so fucking sick of hearing about people saying, "Oh, you're so racist, you're so biased, you're so transphobic, you're so..."
You said some pretty
Have you
racist stuff.
examined why you're being told those things, or is this
I
just
don't care.
kind of a
Here's
thing?
the thing. I don't care why I'm being told these things because you can tell me them all day long, but it doesn't make it true. I want you
Well,
and
you
every
need to
other
be.
human being on this earth that is born to be happy and alive.
Wait.
That's all I want.
And
You're
to
not.
accomplish this, you would maximize the.
That doesn't mean I agree with you living in sin. That doesn't mean that.
Again, sin defined as and by whom?
Defined by God and the Catholic Church.
Both of them kind of are fallible. That's the problem.
That's your opinion. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's the truth. Why do you think?
Church, not
Wait. Why do you think?
Forgive me.
If you guys didn't have a 40%
you-
fucking like suicide rate, I wouldn't
Jesus
have as
Christ.
much of an opinion. But it genuinely makes me care. Like, I feel like I need to reach out because it's just so
kind of
scary.
agree with
Like,
where you're coming
you
from.
like want to
on
kill
the-
yourselves all the time. Like, why do you want to
Daisy,
kill you?
come
Like,
on, Daisy.
Let us help you. You
Let
guys
him
obviously
talk.
have problems.
Let them talk.
Here's the problem. You're not helping. You're kind of inculcating, which is
I'm
essentially
not
the
doing
first
anything.
part
I'm not
of
doing
getting
anything.
into indoctrination.
I think
Dude.
you're a beautiful person, and I'm sorry that you have problems. I'm very sorry. This sucks. And I want to be here for you, and I want to listen.
You're
And I
not
think there are lots
listening
of
though.
priests.
You
I think
haven't
there
been
are lots of
listening.
priests, and there are lots of Catholic, counselors and things that can deal with you guys. Just like they can help people like me. I have issues too. I'm not a happy person. I have sad issues.
I can see
I've
that.
gone through a lot. I was adopted as a child. Like,
I apologize for any distress that caused you.
you don't have to though, because I'm not gonna go like 40% suicide just for that. Like, I can deal with it because I can choose
Are you
to go
saying?
get help.
Are you saying?
And I would like
should
to see
probably
you
allow,
guys get the same type of help. I don't understand why I'm seen as hateful for wanting to see you guys get proper help.
Well, you don't.
It
That's
depends
the
on
issue.
the prescribed help. That's the thing.
Well, I think when you go see a priest, I don't think he's like shocked. Okay, all right, you know what? Next time you guys get shocked, all right, come to me. I'll go beat his ass. They're not
I
Shocked?
appreciate that
shocking you guys.
attitude.
Like, they're not shocking you guys anymore. This is not the 1950s.
Nobody's
No,
arguing
it's
that.
not, but it's not something that should have happened in the first place. It's kind of one of those dark things I kind of want to stay in history, not including the myriad of other things I've had to learn that happened, and just wonder, was everyone high? Were you drunk? Were you just bored? Did you have nothing better to do?
I think the idea that you guys think that you can't just get affirmation for everything, all your deviant behavior.
It's not deviant.
That's not
Deviant as
fair,
defined
because that's not
specifically by
Catholic. I'm
Catholics.
sorry, that's not Catholic. We cannot ascribe
Wait.
deviant behavior. At some point, you have to like.
Hey.
At some
Listen,
point,
listen,
you
listen,
have
listen.
to accept
Hey. Where
responsibility for deviant behavior.
Where in the Catholic Bible does it say that being trans is deviant? Point to a specific verse.
God said, when I formed you in the womb, I knew you.
That does not mean being trans is bad.
No, it means that whenever you were in the womb, he knew who you were.
Yeah, and
then
he knows
you
that you're trans.
decided- You chose. You chose to say, no, God,
No, God
you didn't know
determined
who I
that
was
for
in the womb. I'm just some other person.
God determined that for you, not you. God determined what you are,
God
and you are
determined
trans.
that for you. I didn't. I don't
God's
know who you
determined.
are. That's not my
God
problem.
determined that you are a girl, and so you are a girl. God determined that these people are trans, and so that they are trans. Okay?
God did not determine that they're trans.
Yes, they did.
God determined that what they were.
God knows
And
all.
they chose.
You are saying that God makes
change it.
mistakes. These are
God does not make mistakes. Oh wait, are you saying God makes mistakes?
No, I'm saying you think that. These people are mistakes
It sounds
in
like
your
you're
eyes.
saying God makes mistakes.
You're strawmanning me then
God's
because I
kind
never
of a
said that.
non-existent concept. Just
When you were in the womb,
Okay.
God made you who you were, and
Yeah.
that's it. And there's nothing
And you
wrong
can be
with that. I don't
you
understand why it's so
you
hard
can
for
be
you to accept
You're the one
that
that's making.
maybe
You
you just had like an
shut-
accident. Like what's wrong?
You are the
Like
one
why
that's
is
making.
that so offensive?
You are the one that's making it wrong. These people are trans. God made them trans. Therefore, they are trans. Affirm their gender.
God
That's
did not make them trans.
Yes, they did.
God would never put something like that on somebody.
So you're telling them they're a mistake. You're saying these people
No.
are a mistake because these people are
Yes.
trans.
literally, yes, that
Oh,
is definably the.
So God does make
Yes.
That's
mistakes.
the essence of what you're saying.
So God does make
Yes.
mistakes.
It can
No,
either
God
only be
didn't
that they
make the
do
mistake.
or don't.
Biology made the mistake. Biology
God
made the
So then
created-
mistake.
did God,
God
have
created
a thing in
biology.
the biology, or did
God
they
is
not?
calling you back. God is calling you back to the church, and you're literally saying "fuck you," and that's very disrespectful to me.
You mean God?
I
It's not
honestly
the
don't particularly care for the church. It's become a relic of anything it could have possibly offered me.
You mean it's offensive
It
to
doesn't
God?
It's
offer
just
you
full of
because you don't like it,
sex
because it doesn't
pests,
affirm you. Yes, I understand that, and I'm sorry, and I'm not
child
gonna
predators.
I'm not gonna
Also,
sit here. Look,
it's
I'm
a
not
Do you-
gonna sit here
scandalous
and
affair. The whole
disrespect
thing.
you. I respect you for whoever you want to be.
No, you don't.
But I'm just, I just
You don't
have
respect
different
them.
beliefs.
You don't respect them.
I
Otherwise, you
don't
wouldn't.
believe that you are who
more than
you
you
say you
know.
are. That's fine.
You don't.
I think that you are completely disrespecting who your creator is. And I don't have any answers to this. I'm not going to say anything to you. I don't want to disrespect you. I'm
No,
sure you're a very nice person.
Dude, listen,
But
listen.
you have to
listen,
answer
listen,
to God.
Listen,
That's
listen.
not my problem.
Listen,
is no
listen,
God.
listen. Wait.
That's the
You
problem.
want to
I'd be
respect.
talking to the ether.
Wait, you want to respect them? Just call them by their pronouns. That's it. That's literally all you have to do. It's not that difficult.
It literally doesn't cost you anything. You
It's
still
not-
have to use he, she, they in regards to any Catholic you would meet anyway in the first place. This is just them giving you, this is the one to use.
I don't think I've misgendered this person at all.
No, I'm just talking about in
You
general.
could literally not. My gender
I
identity
haven't.
is
I
fluid
don't
with
even know
everyone.
your pronouns. I don't even know what you are.
It doesn't.
I can't
You can
tell.
literally use whatever.
We're just talking about trans people in general. Just call them by their pronouns. You want to respect them? Call them by their pronouns. That's literally all you have to do
Okay,
for trans people.
what pronouns?
Whatever they say
Literally
they are.
whatever with me in specific.
Whatever
But
they
for
say
most
their
trans
pronouns.
people, it's usually he, they, she, they, she, he, whatever their pronouns.
Look,
You would
I
refer to even
understand that,
a
but like
dog.
I'm actually asking you. I'm saying like we have not discussed that at all, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me put it this way. Let's just say I was a trans woman. Would you call me she and her?
Look, I like
Yes
Blair
or no?
White.
Yes or no?
That's
Yes
a
or
she.
no?
Blair White is a she.
Okay, am I a she if I identify as a woman?
Dude,
Wait, how is she?
we haven't
wait,
talked about this at all. That's not fair at all. You can't just call me out
Hold up.
when
How
I'm
is?
talking to
Why
somebody
do?
who I
Hey,
didn't even know
hey,
this.
hey,
Is
hey.
this person even
Hey,
trans?
hey,
I didn't
hey,
even know
hey,
this
hey,
person
No,
was
hey,
trans.
Hey, listen. Wait. Listen. How are you cherry picking and saying that Blair White is a she but not other trans people? Why is she a she but not other trans people?
She's a she in the sense that she's not a stupid bitch.
What?
I would disagree vehemently with you on that one. She's one of the most unintelligent human beings I've ever set my fucking eyes on, and I had to sit through a goddamn gush.
How is she a woman but other trans people are not?
She's not a woman.
But you literally just called her a
the
she.
thing, but she's not a woman.
Yes, she is.
It's a man.
No,
She's-
that's not.
She's a man.
How can you
for
how
sure.
can you look at her and tell me with a straight face that that's a man?
Because she has a dick and XX chromosomes.
How would
and
you know?
She makes it very clear that
Let's-
she's a man.
XY is what makes males, just so we're getting on the chromosome thing.
Whatever, I forget. Sorry, I forget. I'm
No,
a
it's
woman, so I don't really
fine.
need to like remember that. Sorry, I forget.
Well, I
The
mean,
Y
if you're gonna.
chromosome is quite literally what differentiates the two.
Guess I forgot. My bad.
It's fine. There's quite literally a lot that socially that doesn't mesh well with updated astrophysics, geophysics, biology, everything from Punnett squares to just basic terminology that is absolutely necessary to know in order to participate in any kind of sciences.
Have you ever been raped by a dude? Just quick question.
As a matter of fact,
Oh my gosh. Are you still there, tell me? Eris?
yes, I'm
Oh.
still here.
I don't think we got your answer. I think you cut out.
Regarding the rape?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I go to therapy for it.
Yeah, I guess as a woman, I guess we realize that that's kind of part of life, so maybe I don't have to go to like quite therapy as bad as you
Rape
have
is
to.
part of
And
life.
also,
Wait, rape is part of life?
Rape is not something anyone needs to be putting up with. Rape is always a fault of the rapist, never the raped.
True.
Full stop.
True.
Anything else you've ever heard in your entire life is a complete fabrication in
True.
the express purpose of excusing rape.
I'm sorry, I just don't believe you've ever realized like what actually being raped as a woman feels like. I just don't think
Bruh.
you have.
I assume powerlessness. I assume the physical differences in your size probably adds to the terror of it. The helplessness probably doesn't help.
I am thoroughly offended by the fact that you are talking about this. This is disgusting,
offended.
and
This
I'm
is
not. No,
fine.
I
You
am
literally
not going to
brought
be
it up.
talked down by a
You-
man
You
about rape.
you literally
You are
brought it up.
disgusting, and I really fuck you, dude.
You literally are the one. What the fuck was that?
That was.
She literally brought it up, and then she gets triggered that you make a response to it. Oh my gosh.
I've been on the receiving end of a rape. I think I am qualified to discuss what rape feels
Oh,
like.
gosh.
I think
My br-
that is a thing that, with that experience, is something I'm qualified to talk on.
My
But no, am I qualified to speak on what women who have been raped feel? No.
1 minute, I'm gonna message her.
That's a weird thing to tangentially drift to, but all right.
1 minute. Oh my gosh, 1 second. Sorry, give me 1 second.
No. This is fine, but I swear we're going to get TOS so fucking fast.
It's just my Twitch channel, so not my Twitter.
I don't know.
She says I don't want to be talked to by a tranny. She says I don't want to be.
trans. I don't know if that slipped her mind, but I'm not trans.
As you can see, she's very hateful towards trans people.
For quite literally no reason.
Besides the church and what God said, even though it makes absolutely no sense. I'm a Christian. Like, I follow God too, but he's never condemned trans people or the LGBT or anything.
I don't think a being purported to be the source not only of goodness, morality, and everything else, despite having the traits of a fucking psychopath, the documentations of his words, would in fact condone harming his own children. no matter what they are. As a general rule, that is what Catholicism preaches: is that we are all, in fact,
Yeah.
available to redeem ourselves
I'm not a Catholic,
by
though.
mighty Yahweh.
I don't like
And
the Catholic. I don't really like the Catholic Church either.
I
I've never
don't. I'm kind of forced to know a lot of fucking esoteric history about it that I can guarantee you I glass this woman on by
Right.
a couple margins of error. I could probably tell you more about Zoroastrianism, though. Modern Catholicism has essentially just been like off the rocker. I don't know.
She keeps saying you're trans.
I'm gender fluid. I don't know.
Ugh.
I would love to just figure out a nice way to calm her down because I don't mean her
I
any
think
hostility.
she said she's drunk the overwhelming majority of the time, so I think she's drunk.
No, that's fair.
Someone in the chat asked, "What does gender fluid mean to you?"
I'm not a.
You just cut out for a second. What did you say?
Sorry, I'm not a gender theorist or gender ideologist, but it essentially means that my gender goes from masculine to agender to feminine, anywhere it may well go.
Fair.
Rather than being static, I am just male, I am just female, I am non-binary, I have no gender. It fluctuates, which is its own special kind of hell.
She says she's sorry now. 1 second.
She doesn't necessarily have anything to apologize for.
Oh, she says, "I'm
towards
sorry.
me.
I'm grossed out."
And that's quite all right.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my fucking gosh.
I'm a walking gross fest for most people.
I thought she would be more reasonable about this stuff to start a podcast, but I'm starting to really regret that idea. If she's gonna act like this.
I think she was thinking it was going to.
I'm gonna have to find somebody else to do a podcast with now. I kind of wanted to
Don't
be.
Look at me. I reject.
You reject what?
I reject fame. No, thank you.
I'm gonna have to find somebody, preferably a Republican, so it isn't a echo chamber.
Yeah, one can only hope. I think there could be you could probably make a great argument that a lot of the right, socially speaking,
She wants to just
so
change
far
the topic.
behind.
She wants to change the topic. I think I'm
Okay.
gonna be done for tonight because it's getting late.
Yeah, that's fair. But I do think you could make, in fact, a lot more efforts towards equilibrium socially by including the right in things. It's just that they have this immediate, visceral, whoa, 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 my whole world is on fire cognitive level of dissonance. And it's just hard to both give them the appropriate information and also understand that they are essentially living in the Stone Age.
Oh yeah, most definitely, dude. Oh my gosh.
Including but not limited to rape is natural.
Let's see in the chat. The Strange Phase Lazy Day says, even though you do not personally identify as trans, do you still consider gender fluid people who identify as trans valid?
I'm not the arbitrator of people's validity. No one is. Full stop. But yes. I'm not gatekeeping gender fluidity here. No
Okay.
one should do that. It has universally led to bad outcomes.
Okay, so I guess that's a yes. Cool. Shit.
I'm not exactly versed in gender ideology. I just am gender fluid, if that makes any sense to anyone.
That's pretty poggers. I don't think there's just as a trans identity in general. Uh,
I suppose so. You're not my area of expertise by anything remotely resembling a metric that could be observed. If you want to discuss like historical pseudoscience that later sort of became adjacent to actual science, that I can talk to you on.
you know,
Everything from like Leonardo da Vinci's anatomy lessons where he dug up pregnant women to some of the more brutal methods of collecting information.
I
That I
thought,
can talk on. Gender identity kind of as new to this as everyone else.
I thought she was gonna bring on James Lindsay for a second because I know she's actually in contact with the guy, and she said she would message him about this. So that sucks. I kind of wanted to talk to the dude.
Who?
You don't know
Who's
who
James Lindsay?
You don't know who James Lindsay is? He's the guy who's obsessed with critical race theory and neo-Marxism and shit.
Oh, that okay. Yeah, now I know who you're talking about. It's very
fucking-
early in the morning.
He's fucking nuts, but probably seems kind of interesting to talk to.
It would be interesting to pick his brain.
He'd probably get me on critical race theory because I'm not the most educated on it. But if he wanted to talk to me about trans stuff, then oh my gosh, that is so easy to beat any Republican.
Speaking of CRT, if I may slightly detract here, the first time I heard of it, I was like, "Did you mean root races?" Which is literally a cult thing, and I was so embarrassed. I was literally like, "Oh wait, you mean like the Lemurians and other weird shit that I probably should never see the light of day?"
Yeah. I wonder if she can get him to come on to talk about trans stuff. That would be really fucking cool. Huge boost for my channel.
So strange, since this is the first time you're hearing me. Hi.
Hello.
But yeah, trans people valid just kind of ipso facto as far as I'm concerned.
Please forgive me, Twitter. I'm not Twitter, Twitch for platforming. Well, not platforming because I pushed back real hard. Giving this person a voice. Don't ban me. I love you very much.
Also, maybe don't ban my potty mouth.
Do you have it? Oh yeah, you don't. Do you stream on Twitch or anything, or?
I have a Twitch account, but I'm still sort of terrified into not streaming for the express purposes of if I like set up a bit thing and someone says, "Oh hey Siri, give me my address," I'll be doxxed that fast, and I'm just like, you know what? Not worth trying.
That's why you use a VPN. That's what I do.
Oh, that is genius.
Kind of expensive, but worth it. Helps me a lot.
I don't know. Here's the thing with I think this person's dilemma is Catholicism quite literally teaches non-critical thinking.
Yeah.
That is what it teaches. And
That's
it is ridiculously hard to both unlearn that and also unlearn the ways it grafts onto very basic human decency, like rape bad, murder bad, be nice to people. These are good things that religion kind of twists to its own ends.
Yeah, I agree. Especially Catholicism. I think they're basically Christianity, but a lot more strict.
Yeah, I'm a former baptized Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
And just
They're nuts. They also rape children.
Yeah, that. Plus I forget what the official name of it is because I'm that bad of a Catholic. The whole thing about the blood of Christ thingy is not hyperbolically, not allegorically, but quite literally magically transforms into the very same blood of Christ when you drink it. That is a belief of theirs. It doesn't just stand for symbolically. It is, in fact, that thing.
Those people are fucking nuts.
I swear the Satanists make a whole lot more sense, and they were founded by LaVey and a whole bunch of other people.
Who do you think is worse?
Aleister Crowley made more sense.
Who do you think is
and
worse?
That dude's a nut job.
The Mormons or Catholics? Who's worse?
The Mormons. I live in Utah, so I'm gonna have to go with Mormons. They're nice enough people. Just never discuss anything post 1950s with them.
Yeah. What about the Unification Movement? Have you ever heard of them?
Wait, which one?
Unification movement. They follow some Korean dude who claims to be the
Is
second
that
coming
like
of
the
Christ.
universalism philosophy, or am I off base there?
I don't know. It's a big movement within Christianity. There's like a mother and a father. They're they're nuts. They're basically Mormons, but I would say arguably worse. Especially because I came in encounter with one. I thought she was a Mormon at first.
When you say mother and father, do you mean like Asherah, God's much excised wife?
I think kind of. Let me look it up real quick for you. These people
I would love to discuss like ancient origins of Catholicism, and I'd be factually correct when I told her that her whole worldview is made up by people who stole from Iranians.
The followers of it are called Moonies, by the way. I'm not sure if that ever sounded familiar to you.
Oh, no, that does a little.
Here, I'm gonna copy.
Okay, you have to forgive me because the majority of my time online is spent tracking the absolute most insane human beings.
There you go. These
that
guys
look like they could say something you'd only find in a padded cell, but with a straight face, and expect you not to laugh at it.
1 minute. Look at it. I just posted it in the thing. They're literally just basically Mormons, but follow a Korean dude instead. I've talked to one. The person.
Oh, wow.
It was a person at work a long time ago. This is how I found out about them, by the way. What made got on?
Of course. Never hesitate to have me on if you want to. Just as an open offer.
Yeah, cool. She literally creeped out every coworker in the restaurant because she constantly tried to invite them to her church and get them to do group meetings and stuff. And the really weird thing about her is she seems completely normal when you're talking about like regular stuff with her or when she's working or whatever, but if you talk to her about like religion and stuff, she wouldn't blink or anything. She would just stare at you wide-eyed, spew off Bible verses, and have this weird look in her eyes as if she's in some sort of trance. It was so creepy.
Yeah, brainwashing will do that to you.
She was like comically brainwashed. It was like so blatant brainwashing. I was like, oh my gosh, it gave me shivers every time I talked to her.
I hope this doesn't out the person that I'm talking about because they are a Twitch streamer, but one I doubt anyone knows of. Anyway, I used to be friends with a DID having shamanic omnitheist who is in fact also betrothed to a DID having Christian, and that was the test of my patience with.
What's DID?
Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay.
Which I would love to see theologians debate around because that would be a very interesting debate.
Okay.
You can think of it essentially like in hardware terms. They have several consciousnesses which are partitioned.
Yeah.
There's like several hard drives or disk drives or whatever. But yeah, that was a very long-term, confusing, and otherwise upsetting exchange of words with the Tradcath.
Yeah.
Who simultaneously both said, I mean you no harm, and then decided to just be like, you're living in sin as defined by the Catholic Church and God. And I'm like, both are valuable.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to have to give us steadfast, irrefutable, irreducible, unfalsifiable proof of your God existing in order for us to use it as a basis for anything to work with. Otherwise, we're essentially working with holograms.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna head to bed now because I am so mentally drained from debating her. Oh my gosh.
I understand. Thank you for having me on. I apologize if I may have somewhat monopolized the conversation.
Don't worry about it. I think you went a little bit too soft, though, not gonna lie.
I don't want to be an asshole is my biggest failing.
I mean,
that's part of the Catholic in me.
I mean, you could see she was being I have no clue what was wrong with her, to be honest. She seemed like she was extremely drunk and stuff. So I don't think she really cares if you're
Again,
gonna
you
be
got to give her the
hassled.
benefit of the doubt on that. And
She
also,
she
she's
admit
learning
she told
a
me
lot.
she told me she's pretty kind of drunk a lot. She's trying to get help
Mhm.
for it, I think, but I'm not really sure.
That's another thing that may need to be factored into any assessment regarding her mental state is her admitted depression and
Yeah.
or has problems.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So perhaps this was kind of on us for expecting anything different.
I mean, I didn't really expect much because I talked to her once. Kind of talks over, well, not kind of, definitely talks over people a lot, which is gonna
Very
make it
rude,
it's gonna make it hard for me to do a podcast with her if she's gonna be like this. Not to mention if she's gonna let slurs and stuff slip, and then something.
including but not limited to just people's general existence
Yeah, and
being an
then
issue.
there's
with her.
one thing that she told me, which I'm probably gonna have to tell you in private because oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I can say it on here.
Is it weird that I feel kind of somehow as if I'm in the wrong here
For what?
with regards to her faith? Because it should technically be protected and or treated fairly under like
I think
the
so.
U.S.'s law regarding
think it
like
should be-
religion and non-discrimination.
Yeah, I think
But
it should be
here's the
treated
thing,
fairly.
that falls short when it comes to other people and being infringed on their liberties.
Yeah, I don't think that conversion therapy.
Like your God begins and ends at your personal bubble. is my
Yeah,
problem.
I agree. Okay, I'm gonna
Your
turn off
God
the
can
stream.
be omnipotent within your own space, but that's as far as it goes.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn off the stream now, so I'm gonna tell these
Of
guys.
course. Thanks for
bye.
having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, there's one thing I want to tell you in private after this. Yeah,
Of course.
You gave her all kind of benefit of the doubt, your current guest. Good night, Sappy. Good night, Strange Phase. Okay.